Hello and welcome to Mish's Daily. This is Jeff Bish, president of MarketGauge.com, and I'm filling in for Mish this week. So I thought since it's a light week in the market and I'm filling in for all week that I would try and do something a little different, as I said in my text leading up to this. And so one of those things is I'm going to take a look at the ETFs that Mish usually looks at, the Modern Family and maybe a few others, through the lens of some of our indicators or through the lens of some of the strategies that we use to figure out which way the markets might be going. So the first one for today, the focus is going to be on our triple play indicators. Now, I recognize that if you've never seen this before, it may be a little too much for me to explain in just a few minutes, but nonetheless, you'll still get a sense of what individual sectors of the markets are likely to do, even if the indicators are of no interest or you just can't follow it. But I hope that's not the case. So let me just explain the indicators quickly. There's really two. There's one here and there's one here. And the beauty of these indicators is that you read them exactly the same way. The top one is what we refer to as the price leadership line, and the bottom one is a volume trend indicator. So you've got price on the top, volume on the bottom. And I'm just going to focus your attention on the blue line versus the red line. The black line is a bigger picture number, and for right now, these two will do just fine. So the way this works, especially the price leadership line, is that when the blue line is significantly over the red line, that particular instrument has a trend that is a leading trend. It's got a trend that is typically stronger than the market, and that means that you will look for strong trending stocks or ETFs for candidates for pullbacks. You'll also use this to confirm breakouts. So if you see a breakout through significant resistance, so in this case it's breaking out through this, and this is the 200-day moving average, and you've got a good price leadership line, you'd expect to get some follow through, which you did. And then with the volume trend, it's the same idea. It's a totally different measure, but if the blue line is over the red line, then you've got a strong volume trend, and you want to go in the direction of the volume. So if we just look at IWMs in this case, we're looking at IWMs. When IWMs pulled back to their 50-day moving average here, you'll see that the indicators were negative. They were both under the red line. That's not what you want to see. So when the market starts to bounce here, you got to be hesitant because the indicators haven't come back up over the red lines. And what we saw was the markets actually went down and broke down and were weak. Now, we would have expected more of a breakdown based on the weakness in these indicators, but certainly we would have stayed away from getting caught. Now, when the market came right back up through the 200-day moving average and through the last attempt to move higher, now this time around you can see that the indicator on price leadership was quite positive and volume was turning positive. So the cool thing here is that at this price and at this price, same exact price, the indicator indicated two different things. Here it indicated down, here it indicated up. And so that's how you use it in a very rudimentary way. So where does that leave us today? So right now we're looking at IWM, and it's just consolidating here. Now, while this is going sideways, the indicator has stayed strong. Volume has pulled back to the red line. Now, volume, we're going to have to be really careful about too much analysis this week because volume is so light in the market this last week of August. So a quick look at IWM here would be that it's still in great shape. If it continues to move higher, we should expect it to move higher. If it pulls back, expect it to find some support, and until this turns negative, there's a good chance that IWM is the index you should be focused on, which, if you're following Mish, she's already pretty much telling you to do that. So now let's take a look at the Modern Family. Now I set up my Modern Family like this so I can get a quick view of how they all look relative to their triple play indicators. I'm going to zoom in on one at a time because I realize that in this video it might be hard to see. So let's first look at XRT. Now, keep in mind, I also am doing this video on the same day that I gave you the big picture chart point of the day, which was the 10-day moving average. So I'll relate that as well. 10-day moving average being this magenta line here. So just a quick look at the indicators with XRT. They're getting worse, aren't they, on this pullback? That's not typically what we want to see. Now, they're not negative yet, so if XRT manages to rally back up and close over its 10-day moving average, chances are these will also look positive and everything will be okay, but we'll make sure that they do. However, if XRT continues to move lower, I would not be eager to be much of a buyer. In fact, this 45 is really the big number here because the indicators are starting to turn down, and because, as I said in the text leading up to this video, we're now 3 days under this 10-day moving average. Big picture here, without worrying about the squiggles, wait until it comes back over. Seems like it's getting a little heavy here. Now let's take a look at no particular order. Let's take a look at the drugs, IBB. Now, IBB, as you can see, had a nice run when it broke out above its 50-day moving average. When it transitioned through its 10-day moving average here, you can see that the triple play indicators both turned positive, blue over red, and they stayed positive all the way up through this nice move higher. On this pullback and move sideways, you can see that the price started to get weak, and then this big down day definitely crushed the price. Now the volume's under. So IBB, just like XRT here, as much as it's sitting right on support and technically would look like a great place to be a buyer, I'm certainly going to wait for it to get back over the 10. I'm going to wait for these things to turn back positive. And I've been a big fan of IBB, looking for that breakout, finally got it. Unfortunately, just kind of rolled over, got hit by bad news. So that's not going to be very supportive of the market unless those things improve. So let's take a look at SMH. So SMH is a classic example of, from a triple play perspective, of seeing the breakout here and seeing that the triple play indicators really had already started to turn positive even down in here. So by the time it got to the breakout, you knew this was a good one to follow. This one has just continued to outperform. The indicators have remained very strong as well. And if you take a look at how this thing has traded relative to its 10-day, as per the text leading up to this video, still very strong. So big picture in SMH here is use short-term dips as opportunities if you're a short-term trader. If you're a long-term trader, then this is one you just kind of hang on to. Nothing wrong here as of right now. So let's take a look at, oh, I'm missing one. Let's go to IYT here. And IYT. So IYT, let's just take a look at it from the 10-day perspective for a second. It's closed 3 days under and really hasn't been able to get back over. If this thing doesn't get back over that 10-day, again, I would just wait until it does. And in part because you can see the triple play also has gotten weak. Now, it's not negative. The triple play is not negative yet, so I'd put this one kind of at neutral. If it moves higher over the 10-day, closes over there, then you'd start considering it. And then if you had triple play, you'd make sure that this was positive as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the last one, KRE. Now, KRE, financials. These had a really nice move today. Certainly in the XLF, which is the bigger banks, and you can see that's a big breakout there today. Now I know Mish in the Modern Family focuses on the KRE, but I always like to look at the XLFs as well. And so just highlighting the fact that these had a nice move higher. Triple play is very supportive of the financials as an XLF, as a view through XLF. And if you look at KRE, you can see that its triple play has also been quite positive as it's been breaking out through this level. That's what you want to see. Now, you never use the triple play as a reason to get in by itself. You're always trading the price action. That's why I keep focusing on where's the breakout, where's the support, and then how does the triple play work. All right, so if I summarize all that, we've got an XRT that's kind of neutral on the triple play and negative on the 10-day. IBB is negative on triple play, IWM positive on triple play, SMH positive on triple play, IYT neutral on triple play, modestly kind of heavy on the 10-day, and KRE positive on the triple play. So with 1, 2, and 3 positive and 1 negative, 2 neutral, it's definitely still kind of a mixed bag, and that's feeds right into what Mish has been saying with if you can get XRT, the one that's kind of neutral right now, to turn around and head higher, it would really do a lot for the health of this market. So hope that helps. If you have any questions about triple play or really any of our products, you can simply go to the website, go to products and services, and on this page you can scroll down to the triple play, which is right in here, and learn more. All right, that's it for today. Hope that helps, and I'll see you tomorrow.